be, because we can also have a follow up for damage,
There's
especially
Granger, there's Carry.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
combining like plays and duet with the burst damage that comes from Harley, for example, or maybe they can still focus on the XP lane. Maybe a Lapu Lapu can be the last ban, or Alice getting more sustainability in the XP lane. So let's see.
I've been waiting for too long.
Well, I feel like on the side that's where I was going to go. I feel like with this early game from Zeshian and Khalid, you've secured your early game, so you open up the options of having a late game marksman. Claude, you're not really going to kind of try to pick into a Harith, because Harith kind of dominates that lane and really can kind of hold off. He just does damage in the early game than a Claude can do, and you have the carry that really can lean into that late game. So a big pick off there by 9Z Globant. I'm trying to figure out what else you have, especially since Bruno was already picked up by Influence Rage. Granger is a possibility for Influence Rage as well. We're still waiting for that next pick from 9Z Globant, looking for a roam, looking for an XP lane.
It's a new one? I don't remember the phrase.
That would be Grok.
It's a Grok? Oh, okay,
Grok.
okay. Right, so very hard to engage for 9Z Globant so far, especially with the breadth of the appreciated form from Fredrin and Valentina with the backup, the copy, the ultimate from the enemy that maybe can with the Sandstorm from Khalid, for example. That could be very interesting idea of execution on that composition so far.
Yeah, the big thing for Grok that I was going to say is he's one of the ones I haven't seen a lot of in AMER, period. North or south, he provides he's kind of up there, not as effective as Hilda or Khalid in the early game, but he does provide a lot of damage, a lot of tankiness. He pairs well with the Valentina because he can help clear that lane early. She sprays it down, he just sweeps, clears out the entire lane, and he's got a great amount of movement speed, a surprising amount of movement speed for how big the character is. So they're going to be able to get to those side lanes very quickly as well.
Yeah, Terizla's being picked up again. He's making a comeback here in day 2 as well. And I remember you said Granger was not a great choice against a Harith, was it? Because of the fact that
I'm not a fan of it.
yeah, because of the mobility or something. Because Harith is also as mobile as Granger, so he can catch him.
Yeah. And he's going to depend. He's going to depend on the skill shot. You know, the ability of the skill shot that he has to hit especially the ultimate, the Requiem, against Harith. You know, so Fury here has not a very easy situation for versus Harith, but let's see. Let's wait what happens. But I like the idea for Terizla here, but because gives just a little bit of idea of execution for Influence Rage. You know, maybe they're trying to synchronize most of the ultimate with the penalties on, with the Sandstorm. Maybe Syndra comes with ultimate from Zetian, for example, to try not only to spot, but to stun the enemy. That could be a very interesting situation for Influence Rage.
Yeah, but ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get started in game 2 of this best of 3. Influence Rage fighting against 9Z Globant, a possible game point for Influence Rage, while 9Z is fighting to continue on to bring this to a game 3.
Okay, so now we are heading for the next game. That could be the last one here. That can be the second and last one. 9Z Globant versus Influence Rage. We are waiting just a little bit more for that show, but here we are.
Yeah, but a great composition coming out there. Terizla, like I said, you said we haven't seen. He is actually probably, I want to say, one of my my favorite XP laners that has kind of fallen away from the meta. His mobility, he's very a lot of skirmishes around, a little back and forth, some poking, but they're not really setting up a huge amount of fights unless it's going to lead to an objective. It's going to lead to a turtle fight or secure it for them or a tower.
Yeah, in the first game we saw Influencer Rage always concerned about like securing and guaranteeing the goals, the objectives. And in the other hand, we used to see 9Z Global always concerned to play well with Marcel, which didn't happen so well. But now the second turtle is still on the bottom side of the river, and both teams here are going to fight.
Ooh, bravest fighter onto the backside does find Hotun, but on the other side there, Luisenho gets taken out again by Arctic on that Tarizla. Alvaro Crazy might be in trouble. Arctic finds the last shot there, as well as the rest of Influence Rage pushes out pressure from this turtle. This is going to be another secure by Influence Rage.
Yeah, he's low, yet he buys more time with his basic attacks on his skills, but he's really strong. We are talking about Tarizla here from Arctic with 3 kills in a row, securing that composition for Influence Race, the execution. Oh, Chino!
Oh, Chino! He thought he was going to be able to get away underneath that bush. A great read there by Hotun, and he ends up in an Influence Rage sandwich.
My goodness, 1 more kill for Arctic, 4 kills for Tarizla, and the first turret in the bottom side for Influence Rage. What a very strong early game, but oops, Steffi.
Ooh. Tried to come in with the Raging Sandstorm, does issue out a flicker for that. Deadly Magic goes out. Profession finds a great amount of positioning. The rest of the team covered down for him. Unfortunately, Gusto Lagusta actually comes in with the Zaman Force, putting on some damage on the Hotun, able to find a kill there with the help of the damage coming from Feshin. Sindrek tries to punish them for it, but is not able to supply in kind. Meanwhile, Steffi puts a little bit of damage onto Alvaro Crazy, but 9Z Globin finally on the board.
Veshin, why did you steal Gusta Lagusta's skill? Jokes aside, 9Z Globin still got the first kill here, but even though Influence Rage is working on the macro, Gusta Lagusta, I think that he can take the third in the bottom lane down. He just left the Minya wave to do the job, and now Influence Rage trying to do the cross map here. But even though a 9Z Globin is still in the game, especially with Gusta Lagusta, but could be better if Gusta Lagusta get the first kill for 9Z Globin.
Yeah, it's very interesting here. They did allow Gusto Lagusta to kind of start rotating around the map so he can start getting fed, and that's going to have Chino up at the top lane. Ooh, Steph actually in a little bit of trouble to have the Rage of the Phoenix coming out. Big stun lands on the 2 members of 9Z Globin. Alvaro Crazy takes a Deadly Magic, is able to get away. Luisenho takes the rest of it, while now Influence Rage is going to have to back off from this fight. They do have the turtle up right now. That was going to try to set it up, but they don't find the kills that they need. Ooh, a big wall that traps Arctic, but now they need to worry. Can we protect Luisenho from Arctic? Yeah, they're honing in on Arctic. They don't want him to get another kill onto their jungler as well. Coming in there, does find a penalty zone. He still manages to get in and get the kill onto Luisenho. While Hotun comes in, snatches away the turtle. Arctic with a kill onto Chino. That's going to be 2 down for 9Z Globin. And what a setup by Influence Rage. Oh, we're continuing. We do have the Zaman Force on the back end. Alvaro Crazy takes a damage from Fury, gets taken down.
Arctic, you are unbelievable. You are ridiculous. Teresa with 6 kills here. Did you see the penalty zone? I was feeling that playing coming away because, okay, Arctic was with a very low HP, but he wasn't heading back to the base, like, okay, he's up to something, he's trying to do something, and there was a really beautiful penalty zone for Influence Rage, guaranteeing more kills, guaranteeing 1 more turtle, 1 more turret for in the mid lane for Influence Rage. Now here we probably have a hero of the game that could be Arctic.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially if we're talking about the beginning of this game, they're doing very quick, very swiftly right now. 7-1, about a 6K gold lead for decided influence rage. Arctic just finding the great maneuverability to get in there and hone in on Louisenho. It seems like actually, we talk about that. Oh, a nice little tectonic charge does go out there. Zaman Force is out. Gusta Lagusta tries to lay down some damage to rest Peshin on the other side. Lapu is in the mix of it, but Fury finds the kill onto Chino. That's going to be one down for 9Z Globin. But as I was saying, like, Arctic has been doing such a great job through these objectives. He has a wanted poster. The only face on it is Louisenho, and that is his only job during these objective fights, and he is executing to perfection.
You know, Private, what I saw in the last team fight, like when Aburo Crazy put the wall to try to stuck Steffi. I remember that movie, right? So Steffi was like in the wall, and he was saying, I'm not stuck with you guys. You are stuck with me here. So Steffi went too forward. He played aggressive, and he provided more damage, especially for the following up for Influence Rage, guaranteeing one more kill for Fury with 2 kills. But now the Lord on the pit. Both teams are fighting for this goal.
If I'm Louisenho, my first focus is where is Arctic on this map? I need to make sure that this man is more than a distance away from me, because he has been a factor in every one of these fights. You can see him. Look how far back Arctic is. He's waiting for a good opportunity to be able to get in there. So, like I said, his only job is to jump onto Louisenho to be able to do all of that damage. And now we're at the point where 9Z Globin realizes how hard it is to just try to stop him. Oh, we have the stun coming out. The zone comes on to Chino. Chino is down. Fury with the last hit there. Alburo Crazy down to about 50%. Steph's going to go ahead, latched on, get some damage onto him. Now we're playing around with the Lord. Does look like Influence Rage does want to kind of bait this out, wants to fight with 9Z Globin, and I'm still on the fence. Does 9Z Globin want that fight? It doesn't look like it, as Louisenho being forced back, and that's going to be an easy Lord pickup for Influence Rage.
Yeah, first Lord guaranteed by Influence Rage. Gusta Lagusta is trying to at least reduce the damage for 9Z Globin, trying to take the turret down. But now he decides to head back in the base because Influence Rage is focusing on the mid lane here, taking down the turret number 2, and maybe a possible team fight. No, they decide to play safe.
Yeah, and now they are only left to high ground towers for the side of Influence Rage. 9Z Globin just having a hard time. They're at a point right now, it's 10K gold lead, that Influence Rage is able to force them back, take the towers as they will. Now you're going to have minions crashing at the bottom, the Lord starting to loom up at top, and your tanky players aren't as tanky as they should be at this point. Like I said, 10K gold lead, Lord crashing up at top, and the rest of the team going in. Influence Rage trying to put the damage on there. 9Z Globin looking for, we do have the stun coming out from the Rage of the Phoenix. Hotun finds the tower, able to bring it down, and able to find Louisenho. Chino gets taken out. Gusta Lagusta returning the favor. Zaman forces out as he takes 2 members down from the backside. Arctic coming in, looking for the damage onto Gusta Lagusta, while Fury gets taken out by Fashion, but answered and replied by Hotun as well. Now the team has to turn around to take care of this Lord.
3 for 3 here with Gusta Lagusta saving the day, at least for now, for 9Z Globin. But the fact is, the base is open. Only the last turret in the bottom side here is still standing for 9Z Globin. But as we see here in the items, Gusta Lagusta with almost full build, Infinity Glaive, Heaven's Feather, you know, a Magic Crystal if I'm not wrong, sorry. But it's still is a very good advantage for Influence Rage, but I think that they are waiting for the next Lord to finish in a safe way here the second game.
Yeah, maybe overstayed their welcome just a little bit there. They did get a decent amount of kills. They got 2 high ground towers down. There's only 1 left. So I don't exactly feel like that's completely flipped the script for 9Z Globin, for Gusta Lagusta. I think he just, it was just Influence Rage waited just went a little too long under enemy territory. And that just allowed Gusta Lagusta to really rain on some damage. Right now 12-4, and I believe about an 8K gold lead for the side of Influence Rage. Absolutely correct. But there needs to be something done. 9Z Global needs to figure out an engagement tool that they want, get to the back end. The only thing is that just easier said on paper than anything. If you try to engage on the Syndra, you've got that passive that's going to create distance. You try to engage on the Fury, he's got a dash and a flicker that he can use to try to get away from you. We already know Hotun's got his teleport, so it's very complicated for what you want to do. And now, as we've been seeing from a lot of these matches, now they have a timer. Now they're going to have minions pushing through it, and they need to keep track of that while they're fighting.
Yeah, and now Lord here with a half of HP for Influence Rage, but now here comes 9Z Global.
Yeah, 9Z Global, we do have a conceal play coming out there. Step on the back end, do have a stun coming out as well. Who's in trouble? Activates the Zaman Force. He's very low. Is he going to be able to get away? Look at all the shield that he's able to get. Chino on the back end, looking for the escape. Fashion, Gusta Lagusta and Chino are so low, while Chino's able to dash his way back to safety. Gets taken out by Fury. Luis and Ho on the back end. It's just 3 members left from 9Z Global. You do have a decent amount of damage, decent amount of clear coming from Fashion and Gusta Lagusta. Luis and Ho might be in a little bit of trouble. Zaman Force has been activated. A face tank of the Rhapsody and the Death Sonata, but down goes the jungler for 9Z Global, and a clean core pickup for the side of Influence Rage.
Another clean, fast victory for Influence Rage. Guaranteed the first one here for them. 1-1 now for Influence Rage. Still survive in the competition. Xena, it's a very good one, but now guaranteed victory for Influence Rage.
That is a 1-1 in the Swiss stage for them. They're doing an amazing job. They kept dominating the map, keeping that map present and making sure that they had total domination and control of it. They were in sync. They did a great job here.
Yeah, and a great synergy there from Influence Rage. I mean, and especially when it came to like the pushing power and being able to transition a lot of their kills into objectives, into towers, into being able to creep into enemy territory. Only I want to say like there was just the one major offset being that they might have stayed a little bit too long when it came to that to the second to final push up, which allowed Gusta Lagusta to kind of turn it around, put the damage onto it. But they were just able to brush that off, wait for the next Lord, and to the final push.
Yeah, so we saw like 9Z Global trying so hard to still survive in some team fights, but the idea for Influencer Rage was so better, especially for the execution with Hotun and Arctic. My goodness, what happened to Arctic in this game with Terizla? 6 kills, the gold, and almost a 10K for him. I don't know about you guys. I know I'm not a pro as you to read the future, but here I think that we can say that. Oh, but there's also Fury. Fury played so well with Granger too. But come on, Arctic is gonna be the MVP so far here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Terizla can be. I always feel kind of ashamed that we were talking a little bit about how slow Terizla can be, but being able South, and that's why I said when it comes to the global bans, it brings such surprises and different things for us as casters and as viewers and probably as players. I think as players, from most of them, I've just heard nothing but good things about it because they like being able to play something different or think about something different when it comes to their lane.
I'm gonna see a lot of Terizlas being played now. For sure in the community. You're gonna start seeing him pop up right and left. I'm like, he's meta now, guys. We gotta play him. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Don't mention that. Don't mention that.
So speaking of the community, can you guys like and share the stream? You know, make sure you get more views on here. Show them what NA is made of. You know, North and South. We're all trying to, grow and be a bigger community for everyone, and we will just share what we love, right?
Yeah, well, that's well noticed, well remembered, Zena. So you in the chat, you were the main star of the show. It is all for you guys. So please send a like, share the live, call your friends, to stay tuned and watch only the second day of AMER South. We still have AMER North too, and on Thursdays and Fridays and Saturdays and Sunday we are here with the AMER South. So things are gonna be wild. Things are getting wild since yesterday. So call your friends, call everyone to watch AMER South here, which is we promise you guys, you are gonna enjoy it so much as we are enjoying here. Watching, bringing you all the action, all the emotion for with these games so far, so it's going to be very good. But Zena mentioned about the community bringing this meta hero, especially in the ranked games. Guys, please practice before. We have the classic games to practice with the hero. So we used to have some kind of situation like that.
Yeah, but as they said, guys, yeah, go ahead, Zena.
Oh, good. And make sure you check out our socials, check out these streams, follow every one of these channels: MLBB, NA Esports, Kick, Twitch, X, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. We're everywhere. The K, I know what that means now.
Yeah, if you guys miss any of the action that happens up on the weekends, whether you're a North or South fan or both a North and South fan, if you miss any of the action, you can definitely check us out on our social medias to find out everything that you might have missed, maybe some little things about the players, information. I know Rico has some things on his Instagram talking about some of the teams as well. You can catch some of those videos from our casters as well. I believe there might be a little something about diamond drops, Zena.
Oh, yes. We got some diamond drops for you. The longer you're in the stream, the more chance you have at getting these diamond drops. So be sure to stick around and watch us. Be in that chat, like, share it, and you get more chances wherever you are watching the stream.
Yeah.
You know what? Watch.
Yeah. Guys, I would like to know if the casters can participate, because I'm also watching the stream here. So this guy, I want to know if we can participate, because I need diamonds to change my name on the game. My name is really weird. I want to change, I have to get the card to change the name.
How weird are we talking about the name here?
On the game. Trying to keep it up. My name on the game is Niggas Fisher.
Fisher. Mine's just Demoness, but maybe I need to be more creative and be something like that.
It is. So Zena, go ahead.
All right, guys, we're gonna take a short break. Thank you guys for sticking around, and make sure you stay and stick around for the later matches. We have Entity 7 versus Alpha 7, and then we also have Black Sentence against Infinity. You don't want to miss those. See you in a little bit.